Welcome to Space Socket. A 29-year-old woman with a child says she didn't expect to work after marriage. Kevin Samuel steps in and schools her. Let's dive in.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. How are
So I've
you?
been watching your channel for a while now.
Hold on. Hi.
Hi,
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay. What do you got?
So I've been watching your channel for a while now, and there's one big thing that I do agree on. There's a lot of women that do come on, and you'll ask them a question. One of the questions that I like that you ask is that you ask them how much they want to be responsible for in the relationship, and most of the time, you ask that question and they say they don't want to be responsible for any of the financial responsibility.
Okay.
So,
Are you single or are you married?
no, I'm actually engaged.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
so yeah. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, we're ingrained to think that we're not supposed to come up with anything. That the man is supposed to provide everything, and like you were saying, we're supposed to just enter the relationship and just
Hmm.
accept the gifts.
Do you have any
And,
kids?
huh?
Any children?
Yes, I have one.
Okay. How long have you guys been engaged?
About maybe 6 months now.
Okay. Cool. When's the wedding?
April of next year.
Cool. Cool. So, well, the West has told women that you're the prize.
Yes. And
Mm.
also, the generations before me were taught that they teach our generation that we're supposed to just accept things and not really the standard of what we're supposed to be giving back. So that's one thing I wanted to ask you as well. So in my relationship, it works really well because I feel like I'm also responsible for 50%. I don't believe that it's always 100% on him and then
Responsible for 50% of, okay. What's the overall question? Because that's one thing you ladies do. Y'all take a long time to get to the point.
yeah. So
What's the
my
what,
view is that for the generations before us, is it
mhm.
okay to expect 50%? Because I'm hearing that it's not okay to.
Whoa. Is it okay to expect 50? I don't understand.
Oh, so for me, I expect myself. I expect that for me to give into the relationship, I have to work.
Okay.
I don't. I'm okay with working for
Okay.
forever. I'm
Okay.
okay.
Well, you
And
have to be.
right. So I'm told that from previous generations, from people that are older than me, that that's not okay.
Well, yeah, it is. Well, are these women married?
Yes.
Well, they're foolish. I mean, number one, is the man you're marrying your child's father?
No, he is not.
Well, then you actually need to bring more than 50%.
Hmm.
I mean, see, you're coming into the marriage with a child.
Right.
So, yeah, you got to work
Hmm.
because if you weren't getting married, you'd have to work.
Right.
Um, the women who told you, ladies, set you guys up to be unmarried and single for the rest of your life because 72% of mothers in this country work full or part time.
Right.
So, I don't understand why any woman would tell you ladies just because you were born female that a man should have to get out here and work to provide when it takes two incomes and that's not even enough.
Well, for my situation, they make it about the age because he's a little bit older than I
Okay, then they're stupid.
am. Hmm.
Does it even sound make that make sense to you?
No, that's why I'm asking you.
Okay, and my question is this: why are you listening to these ladies?
Be- well, that's why I'm asking you because obviously you're older than I am, so you have more wisdom.
I got more wisdom,
Right.
but you stick your hand in the fire. If you one or 102, you don't need to be too wise to know that's hot.
Hmm.
Because what these women are saying, does it even make any sense?
Right. And I know you did a segment on the fact that women have a need to have to get married. It's not an
But
option.
well, you're not answering my question.
Mhm.
The women, what these ladies are telling you, does it even make sense?
For me, no.
Okay, then why are you paying attention to these ladies at all?
Because they're older than me, and I'm thinking that they have
Okay, well, they're older than you. Is it your mama, your grandma, your aunt? Who are these people?
all of the above.
And are all these women married?
Yes.
And what do their husbands say?
Their husbands are the opposite of what you just described in the earlier segment. They're actually more submissive to the women.
So
They
they're bitches.
have themselves.
So you got a bunch of beta males married to a bunch of dominant women.
Pretty.
Do you want your husband to act like them?
I don't.
Then get away from them.
Yes, I have actually. That's why I'm asking you because I.
I've already answered the question. Here's the hard part. You ladies are going to have to get away from your families.
We.
Period, point blank, end of sentence. If you're engaged, you need to leave and cleave. You know whether you have the wisdom or not, what those women are telling you is a bunch of hogwash. You can see their husbands are submissive to the women. Is
Okay.
that how other cultures work? No.
Okay.
Then get away from them. Okay, if they were drug dealers and gangbangers, would
Mm-hmm.
you hang out with them?
No.
Then think of them as that.
All
But
right.
because you have reverence for women, that's my mama, that's my grandma, that's my auntie. So what? They still wrong.
I just wanted to ask you because we have moved away from our family, and I don't talk to my family. That's why I'm asking you
Okay,
because
well,
I'm planning on getting
good.
married, and I just wanted to ask that, because I do.
You have two families: the families you were born into and the family you choose. Look, man, family. We don't have a family that supports healthy relationships. And what you're describing is a bunch of women who are dominating men and a bunch of men who are subservient to women. That's not going. That no community respects that. So I'm sorry that's the way it is, but it's not uncommon. Leave, cleave, move on. Go make healthier relationships with other women because that won't serve you.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 23.
All right. What do you got on the topic?
I just want to know, what would you say to a 23-year-old that wants to get married and settle down?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Why do you want to get married?
Um, because I don't want to be like in my late 20s, no man, no kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be able to like break the generational curse of not having like marriages, you know?
No. Okay. Okay? What does your father say?
My father wasn't in my life.
All right. How many children does your mother have?
She has 5,
By how many different men?
like 3.
And where are you at in the birth order?
I'm like the second oldest, which is the first guy that she.
Okay. So it's fair to say that you were not raised to be a wife.
Okay.
I mean, your mother was not a wife. She was having children and dating and doing her thing.
Mhm.
A woman with 5 kids by 3 different men ain't really mothering her kids. She's having kids.
Mhm.
Is that accurate, inaccurate, precise?
That's
Was she?
accurate.
All right. So then at 23, what is marriage when is marriage the institution going to do to change the generational curses you're talking about?
Mm, I have no idea. Could you reiterate on that just a little?
Well, you say you want to get married, and I ask you why. You said to break these generational curses.
Right.
Okay. All right. Marriage is a piece of paper in a ceremony.
Mhm.
What's that piece of paper in the ceremony going to do to break those deep-seated psychological or generational curses?
It's not really gonna do anything, honestly.
Right, right. Because you take you into marriage.
Right.
So if you have to become a wife and understand what that means, and then understand what your role is as a woman in a marriage. Getting married doesn't change who you are.
Mm.
It may not be what you want to hear,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to. Have you had any therapy yourself?
I have when I was younger, but my mom stopped me from going. So
Okay. Are you in college?
I graduated with my dental assistant certification.
And where do you live? You live with your
I live
mother?
in Atlanta.
Huh?
I live by myself. I live in Atlanta.
Okay. Is your mother
Yeah,
in the area?
yeah, she is.
I'm gonna tell I'm telling you, ladies, some of you ladies' biggest issues is your mothers.
Mm,
So this is why I recommend sitting down with a therapist because you got a lot that you got to talk through. Being one of five children from three different men, my guess is you haven't seen any healthy relationships. Your mother didn't model them. So how are you going to go out and have anything that you didn't see?
right.
So that's why you're asking me at 23. I can't tell you what to do except you got to. Unfortunately, at 23, you're not your mother's responsibility anymore. What you didn't get is your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Um, First thing I would suggest is therapy,
Okay.
and I would not share with your mother that you're going, because more likely than not, she's gonna feel some kind of way, and and most women think that their kids go into therapy to talk bad about them. You can do this for yourself. So I hope that helps.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, let's break this down clearly. A 29-year-old with a child saying she didn't expect to work after marriage sounds like an expectation that was never aligned with real-world outcomes. Because marriage isn't a guarantee of lifestyle. It's a partnership that depends on agreement, stability, and execution from both people involved. This is where Kevin Samuels consistently challenged these assumptions, because traditional expectations only work when both parties are actually operating within the same structure. You can want a provider dynamic, but that still requires the man to agree, qualify, and sustain that role based on his capacity and willingness. It's not automatic. The reality is, modern relationships are highly variable. Some men can and do provide fully, but those men also have standards, options, and expectations of their own. And they are very intentional about who they choose to take on long-term responsibility for. So expecting not to work after marriage without first confirming alignment with a man who is both able and willing to support that structure creates a mismatch between expectation and reality. Because marriage doesn't eliminate responsibility, it redistributes it based on agreement.